or sectors in the country, which is true. In farming, in health, wherever you go, in any community or society, even at the family unit, you still find politics. But because politics is not a bad thing, it's a process of trying to have order.
Correct.
In whatever shape or form of a unit you are. Now, as a country, I think we ought to be worried because we are suspending the law. The case you've given of a policeman stopping somebody and then the person runs away and they were shot. I don't know the details, but there is law that's supposed to be followed. Maybe the person was a criminal, maybe they were not. But even if they were not a criminal, it is not upon us as citizens to take now the law into our hand and go killing people, right? The same thing we are saying. If we are having a political contest, you're an aspirant, I'm one aspirant in the same constituency or in the same ward, our engagement ought not to be violent.
Correct.
Because violence always ends with loss of life.
Correct.
We saw the instance of the Kaspool. What caused the by-election was the death of the sitting member of parliament. During the by-election, the process, there erupted violence. You get? And more people died.
Correct.
So it's not just a conversation. It's about the loss of life. It's about suspension of the rule of law. It's about us organizing ourselves and agreeing that, yes, you may be a seasoned politician, but there is something we say, experience is not competence. Because you realize the same people who have been in that field for far too long, the so-called even kingpins, are the ones who incite the same community, the same groupings. And then a question also comes up, how are we as a country having so many people so ready to be hired for violence? You see, a function that to be performed by the government. If you're going for a meeting, there has to be order, security, and safety. So I think it's a national conversation we need to have in the context of wanting to preserve one, life, order, and peace through this process. Because voting we shall, again I say, in 65 Sundays, if you're a church-going Christian, you only have 65 Sundays to go to church. Then on 10th of August, we shall vote. On 11th of August, we need to have a country that is still bound together so that we can go back to the challenge we are facing, which is the economic crisis. How do we journey this together?
Like I said before, we need to start from the top, not from the bottom. Because if we work last 5 people in our society, if I come associate myself with SpiceFM, then leader of Kamba FM says this guy is not ours. And that person has a lot of voice, a lot of say in that community. Now you've been profiled, all right? So if we could uphold the dignity of our constitution and allow what we call freedom of association, freedom of speech, because constitution has it all.
Right.
If we go that route and we say, if somebody associates themselves with others, we respect them. Because it's all, like I said, it's all about interest. So when I come and invite Professor to my area, then my kingpin feels that I was not supposed to invite Professor because he's a Luo, and the Luos are not supporting us. So it's like I am now betraying the community. When we talk about politics now, all right, then it starts there immediately. And what will happen? Because I also want to say, no, I have my right, I have my life, I can do whatever I want. If you want to kick me out, I'll resist. So how do I resist? I resist by organizing myself, security-wise.
One aspect
for us, as I finish, for us to finish this thing, we need to understand where it is coming from. You need to ask yourself, because these people who call themselves goons, let me tell you, they are just normal people. The question is, at what point do they manifest themselves from the normal people to now people committing crimes? This is what you need to understand.
One asks the question then, we've talked about kingpins, right? And most of the kingpins we talk about belong to a certain political party. Right. They have movements that they are pushing, even in those regions that they come from. Therefore, if we say that it is the kingpins themselves who are part and cause of the problem, are we saying therefore that if we do have political parties that have clear rules, that guide how they play politics, we're able to deal with this problem where if, say, this kingpin is pushing this agenda in this party, and it is said from the word go that as a politician belonging to my party, we will not allow you to move with goons. We will not allow you to participate in games of violence. Then we start seeing solution, because if the politicians are stopped from the word go within the political parties, that they are denied